Yo, yo, can I get a mic check? This is Neji. Uh, uh, Mr. Burr, I made up some time into the lunch hour. I stole people's lunch hour, and then of course my uh I'm in a another put trade here on the SPX. I alerted it a minute ago. Um, and I'm watching it real carefully because that one flushed to here that we called out earlier, right? And if you were trading it, that's where we took our profit because this trend line has been in place for quite some time, like way back here, and it's respected. Sorry, it's respected this trend line, and we came and we hit it. So that was a quick hit. We bounced up and we started to roll, and I got into it again, and now we're breaking this trend line, and I'm just waiting to see if we get a reversal or if we come here and we test this low here, which would mean we are setting up a new pattern. And I might have to get out of this one pretty quick if it wants to reverse because, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. I want to show this. So this is kind of the first line of defense here. So if you are in this and you wanted a quick hit, that would have been a great place to take off right there. But as you can see, we've put in a lower high. So I'm going to take my fib tool and I'm going to measure to there. And if this wants to stay, if the ticks don't want to come up too much, and this wants to continue its roll, this will be a target here at least. So I'm kind of looking to target both this bottom here and this, so that this general area right here, as we come off of that. And then obviously I'll look to see on like a 2-minute if it's looking cleaner and more, and obviously the ticks as well. Just a lot of factors on these trades to kind of time exits and whatnot. But if you have some profits and you're feeling like you're getting a little antsy, this is a great spot to take off, to take this off, right? For I don't know how much, 20% or so. If I'm guessing right, I can't see my P&L here because some stuff's covering it, but. Yeah, if you're getting an echo, you might have multiple windows open. That's not on my end because I don't hear an echo. So we're kind of watching the ticks. The ticks were just kind of, the grind up today, even the ticks were just kind of hanging out, right? Oh, we have costumes for sure. Bedazzled hats, the whole deal. For the Amigs. Yeah, alerts in the trades tab are Nate Bears only. We do ours in the room. I put in that I was looking at puts again after this flush here. The way I alert them is I say I'm loading. What did I say? The 50-10 or the 51-10s? Loading the 51-10s means I'm putting them in my trading platform and I'm getting ready to place the trade, but I have not made an entry yet. And then after that, I say I entered. Okay, I am watching this level very carefully to decide if I'm taking profits. So please hold on just a moment. Want to see what this next candle does. See what we've got going on a 2-minute. And I'm taking profits. Okay, so here I'm taking profits here. If you have a higher risk tolerance, you can stay for a little longer if you wish. We are starting to get the 2 minute, but we came in here on this double bottom, right? And it's just been such a strong buying day that just makes the most sense to me. And I don't see, what I want to see is for me to continue to hold that is I want to see ticks down here for a sustained period of time, right? But we made some good profits in that little rollover. And it's Friday. Let's not lose our ass on a Friday. Yeah, I got in here. Let's go to my 1 minute here. I got in on this push here down through. There was a change in this green to red structure here, and then some confirmation that we turned into some red candles on the rollover, and we rode that down to about, our first area was right here, right, this trend line, and then we held a little bit longer for a double bottom here, and then I have a Fibonacci. So now we're starting a new channel, right? So we've got this up channel that's been working for the last 2 hours or so. Now we've got a new high and a new lower high and a new spike low. Until it breaks, this is our new channel, potentially. So if we came down into this Fibonacci level and this lower area of the trend line, that would be a definite profit target, right? If you're still holding this. As we come back up, we're looking for a reversal off this upper blue line, unless the pattern doesn't want to hold. But you see, this was our top on the day right here, right? Well, so far that's not. This was our top of the pattern, right? We started to form this little head and shoulders and a pull. Okay, so what is that? We were. Are we three? Are we four? Four for four today? 3 for 3? I can't remember. I think we're 4 for 4 now. And none of them have been real super big hits either. They've just been little rollover catch, and 25 percenters. I think one of them was a 50 percenter. So, and then one of the things we can watch here, this is just chart reading. We're not in this anymore, but we've been running this trend line all morning and into the afternoon. We've now broken it, right? And we've come up to retest that trend line, right? To see if it's valid anymore. And if we have broken this trend line, we're going to see that roll, right? It looks like we did not reclaim it. It's not necessarily confirmed yet. We're sitting here on a 1 minute chart, right? It's the same thing on a chart when you see a breakdown of a horizontal level. You'll see a breakdown and then a retest and then a potential roll, or same to the upside, a retest and a push away. And so those retests and reclaims also work in channels. And I don't recommend as beginners, sitting here watching a 1 minute chart. it can be a little crazy. There's just so much movement that happens. The market makers are trying to fake you out, run stops. So, does toss have the ability to create the green to red structure? Green to red structure. Which one are you talking about? Oh, these clouds? I don't think so. You know, the one nice thing about trading view is that you have this indicator. You have like, I mean, let me type like MACD, right? So if I type in MACD into the indicators, look how many different types of free MACD indicators there are that all have people. This is sort of like an open source library. People that have made and then also made public all these indicators. So when you're playing around with a different strategy or whatever, you can kind of dig up indicators that that help you form those for free. But Toss doesn't have that. It's not an open source like that. It's not as easy. So most of the things that are really powerful indicators, you have to have a subscription for. That's great, Brief. Love it. This MACD setup right here. This one is called MACD LB. IMACD underscore LB. And then I've changed a bunch of settings on here. I can share this one with you if you want it. I can share this whole setup. So this is the free sniper. Setup. There you go. Could I switch to the SPY using my sniper setup? Listen, you can load this and then go in here and type in SPY and you've got it. Right? So once you have the chart, you can put in whatever. You can look at the cues. Right? Ooh, the cues are breaking down a little bit. Baby breakdown. Just change what you're looking at. This setup is made to capture more of the 2.0 style snipers. Oops. Which, like we just played, could catch a little bit more of the continuation. So the previous 1.0 sniper tried to catch tops, so for tops and bottoms. So for instance, that would catch, or could catch this and this. But what I was finding is that it just wasn't quite as reliable, because you'd catch a little rollover and then you'd get a bounce right away, or you'd get a fake signal and then have to stop out because you'd be on a trend day moving up, right? Like today would have been very hard to do a sniper 1.0 type of trade style. But I'm looking to catch more of the continuation move versus just the reversal, right? So I'm waiting for more information on the 2.0 that will allow, and today's not a great day, but if we go back to, yesterday, you see there's way more range in that move and way more range in that move, right? And range in this move. And if you compare those to what's happening today, it's been a little bit more difficult because we had a nice range move up, right? But then it's just been creeping. It's been going up, but there hasn't been, range to help give signals. we've just caught these little flushes, and then it starts working its way back up again. Like my drawings, it looks like I'm trying to show what it looks like in the ocean. So anyway, and this is just a supplemental trading style to TPS when maybe there's not a lot of TPS setups. There's a lot more that have been coming in lately, in the last day or two or this week. But prior to that, we had our flush and then we had our bounce. So it just provides another way to take trades and make income when those are either a little stagnant or not working because the market's flushing. Roger, I usually buy calls and buy puts. That's pretty much my style. Buy calls to go long, I buy puts to go short. Sometimes I do some spreads. But that's generally the trading style that I use. Your question is, do I think that the SPX is rolling over? Sorry. The indication at the moment is that we're more in a downtrend. But it's really hard to say. I think with all this buying we've had today, and we're kind of coming into a support level here, for me to say that this is going to roll over, we would need to get below this 5107 level and get back down into, kind of down near, push down near VWAP. That would be what I would expect for a quote unquote rollover. And we're getting that a little bit here. We're getting a break of structure, bearish, right? Let's see if it comes into my fib level and bounces. I don't know if anybody's still in this. If you're still in this, let me know. Okay, so that's a level we were watching. We'll see what happens here. And then this is the 200 SMA, right? So, we could see a bounce off of that. There's just some levels that it needs to get to, and then we're in this sort of bearish channel at the moment on the 1 minute. So for it to really roll over, it's got about 3 things it's got to get through from a technical perspective. And then also if we go over to the SPY chart, hold on a minute. We go to the SPY chart, we've got a point of control level, right at, we will definitely find support at 508.68 area. That is a point of control level for all of today's trading. You see that from the volume profile here? And I always put it on the bottom side of that bar because we're currently trading above it. Henry, that's that indicator at the bottom is this one is a free MACD indicator. Okay, we're into that 200. See what happens there. And then if we continue to push, we're starting to get some ticks to the downside here. Let's see if we can get, if we're really going to roll over, I think we need to get down into here. Yeah, the other one is a paid indicator. There we go. We just tapped the bottom of that trend line. Let's see if we get a reversal here or not. At least a short-term reversal. I think the ticks are going to have to cooperate a little bit. See, and if you have multiple monitors, which I do, I'm just showing you guys. You don't have to, toggle back and forth between all of these things. You can just look over at your other monitor. So this is how you trade these things. And if you had held from up here, right? And you had toggled over to a 2-minute and saw that we were still holding these red candles, then you'd have much more profits. But on a day like today, I think we took that off smartly at this double bottom because we've just had so much buying. There was just no confidence that this would just continue to roll over. Right? So there are times to just take your profits when you have them. Yeah, this one, Gary, was about a minute. It was probably about 2 to 3 minutes in total, I would say. Some of them are a minute. And you have to factor in that, I'm putting the trade on and then I'm typing it into chat, which is I usually have it preloaded. I tell you when I'm loading the put or the call, and then I have, entered, already put into the field, and I just hit send after I've made my own entry. But then, I have to make my exits, and then I have to type in exits. So it's you should probably learn or try to learn. You can follow, but the idea is to learn how to do them on your own, which a lot of people in here have done, and that way you're not waiting for me to alert them. And because there's a delay on both sides, so you're going to get in. These are 1 to 2 minute, maybe sometimes 5-minute trades, depending. And you're going to wait. You're gonna be delayed by about 30 seconds probably, and then you've got to enter. So you're delayed by a minute in, and you're probably delayed 30 seconds or so on the exit. Like you're just not going to capture the same percentage that I'm capturing unless you do it yourself. Is that what you think, Richard? We need a better alert system. Yeah, these do work on a larger time frame. Gary, that's up to you. That's hard to say on the RAF indicator. I think it's a valuable tool. I'm using it a little less in the 2.0s. So, yeah, that's hard to say. I mean, we're also looking at this can help inform an exit too. Is we're also looking at a ready aim fire on the 2-minute that's giving you all three pieces right here that we might reverse. And let's see if it happened on the 3-minute. It hasn't happened yet on the 3-minute. So it certainly helps, but it is like $600 or $700. So I've had it for so long. I bought it years ago, so I didn't buy it specifically for this strategy. I utilized it to help create this strategy. Yeah, this cloud, the trigger is is usually a a MACD type cross with momentum shift. I'd have to get into that indicator and find out really what's happening. But as I was playing with these indicators, trying to find some free indicators to help, um, you can change the inputs here. And so I just started changing them enough to see like, okay, I'm getting the crosses when I would normally be looking at making this type of trade, right? So you see that you get this cross, and this one has an interesting, when it gives you a cross, it kind of puts a white bar where the wick of the candle is on that cross, which is interesting. And this is just part of that, whatever that indicator is. So but I'm also, these colored candles were part of what I was using before. I was using, this light blue to dark blue as a 1.0, switch, and then a red to yellow on the other side. But there's just so many on the 1.0. There's just so many sort of false signals. Like, here's an okay one, but you would have had to take profits at like 5%, right? And then you'd get another one, but you'd get into this one too late, and it would reverse. And I wanted to capture more of the move, the larger piece of the move than just scalp. So that's what I started working on this 2.0 version, and I like it a lot better. I don't know how many of you here have done 1.0 and 2.0, and which one do you like better from a consistency standpoint? Just put in 1.0 or 2.0. And let's see, for those of you who have been doing these for the last few weeks. Trader G 2.0, Mary Jane, Berserk. Yeah. 2.0 seems to just be a little bit more consistent. You're not catching the top and bottom, but you're catching a portion of the move. And I like that a lot. And what I got to find a way is to, I'd love to work on capturing the top and then also capturing the move. That would be even better. So is there anything anybody else wants to go over or chat about? Yeah, we're rolling over good now. I mean, if you're still in this, I'd be targeting VWAP, I think. Or actually, no, I would probably be targeting this 508 level on the SPY. So the SPY can a lot of times help inform your SPX trades too if you're looking for levels, because you're getting a lot more data. See, if I go, here's the SPY, and then if I go SPX, you just get a lot more volume profile data on the SPY. Yeah, these channels are just drawn by hand. So, the way you can see, I'll even reverse this for you if you want and just kind of show you how I did that. So this up channel was made early on by these 3 points, right? As we started to reverse, 1, 2, 3, and I could draw a channel, and it just goes to infinity to the right. And we stayed within that channel, right? We respected it a bunch of times. And then we kept making higher highs, higher lows, right? That's how we know we're still in a channel. And then when we put in this high here and we flushed and we respected the lower end of that channel since. I mean, that was like 2 hours ago, right? And then as we came back up, we didn't make a higher high. We made a higher low. And so now I have 3 data points to at least draw in a channel to see if, that's gonna continue to be the new channel. So I drew in the top, drew that to the bottom, right? And then kind of just adjusted so that it fit. Hold on a minute. There we go, right? And now I am, now I can see that this channel so far is being respected. That should be a little higher. See, once you get in, you bring it up a little bit higher. Make sure that it's, touching, that's touching, that's touching. Good. So, yeah, it's just this tool here. It's under, you have trend line, ray, info, and then down here you have parallel channels. And I found that the SPX, really respects both the channels and the Fibonacci extensions quite well. All right, well, I'm into D-Man's time at the moment, so that's it for me. We're going to be on here doing the Three Amigos at the end, but just from me, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been in here this week. It's been a really, really fun week. I've had a blast, and I'm excited for all the new members that have signed up and are going to be here next Monday to continue and move forward in this journey. We have a lot of fun in here. Somebody in here was saying I tend to be a little more sarcastic when it's not an open house. I tend to run my mouth a little bit, but I try and behave myself as much as possible when we're in an open house. But Nate, Bear, and D-Man and myself, we just love to give each other a rash of crap, and it's just so fun trading with a like-minded group of people, and and just being here every day. There's no two other people that I would rather trade with in my life. So I love being in here, and I love helping everybody else, and I'm excited. So I will see all you for the Three Amigos session, but that's it for my trading sessions for this week. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you, and D-Man, feel free to take it whenever you want.